Alright, this is the fourth time I've tried this video. I'm just trying to say something simple, but distractions in this world are just so annoying. And the fact that they're continuous, like as if they're watching my device and paying attention to what I'm saying next so they can purposely irritate the shit out of me, is just driving me a little crazy. It's simple. I work at a temp agency. At this temp agency, your goal as an employee or a new hire to this agency is to show reputation for this company's name. Show that you're a credible or reliable employee, that you're going to get the job done. Your goal is to not just show up and hope they have enough tickets for you for that day. Tickets meaning that they only get so many contracts by contractors that call the agency to hire employees to come out there and fill positions. It can be anything from trying to, it could be anything from trying to get employees to fill the roster that's required so they can get a certain budgeting. It's to sometimes do something that those employees at that contractor's, project don't want to do, so they'll hire a temp service guy to come do the shit work. That's really what it's about. And sometimes it's a good ticket. Sometimes they're good contracts. Sometimes you end up just needing to fill a spot for an employee because that contractor that, is requiring or looking for an employee through the temp service can't find somebody to come, be hired at their actual location. There's not enough applications going in for the year, and they have a deadline to fill, so they need new employees, and not enough people are applying, so they'll actually have to call a high-priced temp agency to send somebody out there to try to fill this void, so that way they can get their production going. Maybe their production line was running behind, and they needed a new hire. There's many reasons, but so you get an idea. Anyway, I finally got what us temp employees that, show up to temp services in the original fashion, not because of, I just need beer money for the day like most of these idiots, or they just want to go and get their fucking, munchies on before they go and, sit at the fucking shelter all day like lazy pieces of shit. They never end up saving anything. They never end up getting anywhere in life because they don't ever advance. So the goal is that you're trying to show up and get an actual contract that gives you a repeat. When you get this repeat, that guarantees you the next day, of course, but it's the idea that now that you got the contract, you're going to be able to complete the probationary period that is on the application or on the, clause of getting the job. If you go through this 90 days to 180 day probationary period, depending on which contract it is, there's a different amount of days. But if you go through those days, which in my case it was the 90 days at this location, you go through those 90-day probationary period, and now I can be released from the contract with the temp hall and get hired on to the company. I was going for that. I finally got a repeat ticket, and I was at day 3. That means I had 87 days left. The temp hall, I guess, wants to keep employees there for 20, 30 fucking years or until they die or end up alcoholics because of the stress levels that are going through the roof because they can't do anything from whatever prior, history they have that put them in the situation to need to go to the temp hall. But the employee or the employer that I have through the temp hall decides to play God and sabotage my 90-day period for no damn reason at all except to either show he had power or play God. I mean, really. I don't understand his, purpose behind it except for last Friday. My starting day was the Thursday of last week. I got a repeat. Friday, I go to the same contract and I get another repeat. And this is an employer, they said, that actually doesn't repeat people, so that means I was doing a good job. Not just in my mind, but in the eyes of the company and in the eyes of the temp hall. The other staff member that works at the temp agency on that Friday, when I showed up after work and showed him the repeat ticket, goes to cash me out my daily, pay, my payroll. And it took him a long time. It took him like an hour and change, in time. I saw, 35 people go through and get paid after me. These people are showing up an hour after I was already there, and they're getting paid out. I even got dropped off by the company van, and that company van had to leave and go get another employee at Alamo Concrete, which is a 30-minute ride, plus traffic, and it's Friday, and it's at, 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the evening. And the van still made it back with the guy that they picked up, and he got paid out before me. So it's like it was intentional. Okay, you can't just fumble and lose a ticket like that. I mean, and if you're an employee working and fumbling a person's ticket like that, then why are you still have the job? Or why is it that somebody purposely allowed to, say, pick and choose who can get paid out, or who can be punished, or who can be traded off of tickets, or who can, I mean, why is it that they can sit there and actually single somebody out and use personal attacks against this individual and expect them to just stay calm? Me being calm, slightly mentioning it to another employee that Friday is probably what irritated them. Oh my God, your poor little fucking feelings hurt. And now that they got hurt, you sabotaged my 90 days. My chance to get off of y'all's fucking contract. I don't want to work for you fucks forever, because whether you're a reputable company or whether you have credibility or not, all you're doing is showing me that you don't. You're showing me that you don't have reliable systems, that your employees can personally attack an individual or an underdog or an employee that they work, the powerhouse, mentality that they can take somebody out of the equation and put who they want on the ticket just to keep them there longer. Like as if I'm on fucking probation, but this time now you're acting like I'm a criminal. My point is that there's no way possible an individual can sit there and actually work to get out of the clause that this company has. I didn't want to have to go work at a temp agency. I did it, and I'm actually one of their better employees. I'm not saying I'm the best employee. I'm definitely not saying I'm, not the worst. Me having an opinion apparently hurts feelings, so they use it against you. You're not allowed to have fucking feelings. You're not allowed to have emotions. You're not allowed to want to get out of the bullshit scenario. And when you say something, that makes you the bad guy. And they'll even tag a couple of these felons on your damn trail and fuck your shit up. That's usually how fucking, feds and cops work. So that's just telling me that this agency is either butt-loving with the cops, or they're purposely doing it to see if I'll snap and go catch me some charges or something, because I'm tired of felons controlling my life. Or I'm tired of people allowing felons to control my life. The ones with authority that don't have bad records, which I don't understand why you would want to purposely sabotage somebody's hard work. Anyway, so this Monday was the day that I was supposed to go to that repeat, which was yesterday. They took me off of that ticket, out of that personal grudge or whatever it is they had from that Friday, last Friday. And I go to the new ticket, and I asked him, I said, is it the same pay? Basically being sarcastic. It's not that I wanted the same pay. I can care less about the same pay. I was wondering why I'm not being put on the repeat. Because you're damaging my reputation at this point. I don't give a fuck about your reputation. Apparently you do this shit all the time, so your reputation's already trashed. That's why every time a Pacesetter shows up on the job site, they're like, oh fuck, the Pacesetters are here. They're lazy bastards are gonna walk around and find a cubby hole and stand on the broom all day. And it's irritating, okay? It's fucking irritating that you're gonna put that kind of reputation on me because I actually got the repeat, and then you wanna take me off. And then when it comes to the client saying, well, what happened to that guy I asked to repeat, that I asked to come back out here the following day, or the next day after the weekend? I gave him a repeat, and the company, the temp service company, will blame me, saying, oh, he didn't show up, knowing damn well I showed up, because not only do I have proof of that by getting sent out on the other contract that they put me out on, but it knocked me off of the fucking repeat, so now I have to go through the 90-day probationary period again. So they're constantly casting blame to us, the ones at the bottom. We're the ones getting shit on. Even if we're good employees. I can understand why they shit on the bad employees, but why are they shitting on me? Being a better employee than the shit, I'm the tree that grows out of the fucking shit. I'm trying to get out of the fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm getting categorized as shit. And then they want me to keep my composure and not say anything about it. So I want to go ahead and post a video on YouTube. And hopefully that Pacesetters on Paramvital and Warsbach Parkway area is basically sabotaging employees, whether they're good or not. They want to keep you there forever so that way they can continue to bring in money, apparently. And they're damaging my reputation within it. Multiple companies of the area, because whatever job they send me to, if they take me off of that repeat contract and tell them, oh, it's because I didn't show up, well, let's say that a year from now I go and try to work at that company. I try, now that I'm after the the clause and shit, the finder's fee crap, because the temp service found me, and I'm not supposed to go. Like right now, if I went to go try to work for that company that they just took me off the repeat with, if I just go up there and ask that boss, hey man, can you hire me on, they're going to say I can't, because Pacesetters found you. They contracted you with us, And in our agreement, I can't hire you on until so many days, probably like 6 months to a year. So that means 6 months to a year before I could even go and apply at that job because of Pacesetters playing God and taking me off of a repeat ticket, that which in, say, the next 90 days, I would have already been hired on. It's just dumbfounding how stupid the system is actually, fluctuating back and forth, and they're controlling, powerhouse, individuals are just sabotaging people's careers, sabotaging their hard work and effort to get out of the fucking shit that we're in. I do not want to be at the bottom forever. And actually, I did the right thing and still got pulled out of the repeat just so they can play God, so they can keep me there longer. To me, somebody needs to do something about it. It's Christopher here. Fuck Pacesetters. Yes, I'm going to continue to show up there, but I'm going to actually continue to find a way to get them back for what they did to me, because this is not the first time they've done it. I'm a hardworking employee. The company actually respected that. I wouldn't have got the repeat otherwise, but to take me off of that ticket so they can play God and then sabotage my work history, it just doesn't make sense to me. And the fact that now I have to start over on a probationary period when I finally succeeded and got to a place where I didn't have to continue to, oh, well, I hope I get work today. Basically being Tuesday, there's no work today. But I was on a repeat. Why the fuck am I not working? Because they played God and they took me off of there so they can, basically punish me for being upset that they couldn't fucking figure out how to hold a piece of paper. Overwhelmed or not, you don't punish an employee that actually is one of your better employees. And then you don't sit there and take them off of a repeat ticket just so you can sit there and play dick face of the year. And yes, Wade, I'm talking about you. Because I know that you did it because you felt like I hurt old girl's feelings. But there was 40 fucking people in there hurting her damn feelings that day because she was overwhelmed with all the shit because y'all left her hanging. Doesn't matter if you went to a 2-hour lunch or not. You're the one that left her hanging. Why are we being punished? And then top it off, why is my ticket the only one out of fucking 50 employees that comes up missing for over an hour? And I have to sit there and actually watch other people show up after the van left to go pick them up. I'm already there at the office at the hall, and they show up and get cashed out. That's an hour plus later. And like, instead of being sorry, instead of saying, oh, well, it was on the floor, or saying, oh, well, we had to double check with your client to make sure it's a repeat, or maybe you had to, do a background check on me or something. You could have said a million reasons, but you played stupid and just smiled in my face and then shit on me. It's okay. Someday, somehow, I'm going to prove that even being a hard worker, you get fucked over by people like you. Thank you. And YouTube, don't edit my shit.